This is me 8 years ago, hooked onto machines, life support, keeping me alive. I was just 33, and out of the blue, my body stopped working. I was healthy. I had a great job. I was investing. And out of nowhere, I lost my ability to do, well, everything. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I was trapped in my own head. And I got let go from my job in the hospital. My wife, with 3 kids at home under the age of 10, had just had our newborn. He was only 5 months. This alone is disastrous. We didn't know if I would ever walk or function ever again, or if I'd live on life support for the rest of my life. Luckily, after months of being on life support, I gained my ability to breathe. And that started a long road for me to go through therapy and learn the basics. I had to learn how to use my hands, my arms. I had to learn how to get around in my wheelchair and move, and eventually to walk on my own with help. Now, that alone, I was told, would never happen again. Now, what does this have to do with wealth and creating it? Well, in a nutshell, everything. You see, I was saved in the hospital because I previously had been investing. And this investing saved my family's financial life, where I lost my job and we were okay. We didn't have to sell our house. My wife didn't have to leave her husband paralyzed in bed with 4 young kids to try to pay the bills. This also shows us, though, some very key and important things about investing and wealth creation. First of all, how we view risk is wildly misunderstood. Most people look, feel, and attribute risk in the completely wrong way. The same goes to reward. And this dictates a lot of our actions, thoughts, and feelings around investing. You see, the key is to live an asymmetrical life, as I call it. Now, what does that mean? First of all, asymmetrical means not even. You may have heard something called an asymmetrical bet. That is a bet with very limited or known downside or risk, but having lots or unlimited upside potential. These things are the things that people miss. And it's not just investing when it comes to wealth creation. I'm talking about income, job opportunities, and creating value that's available for the marketplace in which you can be rewarded for. This applies to education and skills. This applies to relationships, introductions. This applies to getting started before you know, and understanding what the real risks are versus the real upside. Because when you're starting out, these things are small, but they have a huge impact later on. Think of compounding. A lot of us have heard of compounding and the magic of compounding money, how it works over time. But the magic of compounding doesn't just apply to money. It also applies to you. Your skills, knowledge, relationships, opportunities, and moving forward in life. One of the downsides of being human is we have fears that are really irrational, and we don't know how to put those fears and feelings correctly or measure them. The fear of failure, embarrassment, and more stop us to getting potentially untapped rewards and upside. We have been taught and told to live a balanced life based upon going and getting certificates that tell you what your value is, and then a transaction as in the form of income for that certificate-based function, meaning college or something else like that. And then you get paid, and then that's it. That's not how the economy, wealth, progress works at all. Discomfort is not risk. It doesn't actually hurt you. Embarrassment isn't risk, and it doesn't actually hurt you. Now, we may not like it, but those things are actually attributed to massive amounts of progress. The other problem is the reward is not seen when the action to achieve it goes into play. Think about it like this. A farmer doesn't plant the seeds knowing, oh, here's the plant and here's actually what I'm gonna get. But he knows that planting the seeds in the soil, watering it in these different locations, will reap the reward in the end. The reward doesn't come first, and it's not guaranteed. And in reality, our actions compound in the same way that money does. A little every day, every week, or every month adds up to a massive amount in the future. You've probably heard the line that people vastly overestimate what they can do in 1 year and vastly underestimate what they can do in 5. This goes to show how we as humans do not quite understand or can't conceptualize this idea. And that is so, so true. I would have never imagined that I would be where I'm at today when I got started. For a few reasons. I could not see opportunities that didn't exist that I didn't understand or was prepared for at the time. Most investing and business opportunities are all around you. You just can't see them yet. And how opportunities work is through things like network, your reputation, your knowledge, and your skills. These are things that take time to build, but until you have built them, you can't see the harvest. The key is to understand risks that you can measure. Find known downsides. Get rid of all the fear of failure, all that emotional stuff, and just look at the actual worst case. What am I going to lose? What are the actual downsides or risks? Because failure in itself doesn't mean you walk away with nothing. In fact, failure is one of the greatest opportunity creators that exists. My company that became worth $150 million, we had $150 million in assets, came from my biggest failure in business. It was very embarrassing. I lost a lot, and I had the potential to lose more. It was humiliating, and it took its toll on me emotionally and mentally. But it was actually from that I started my companies, because after time I sat down to understand what had happened and why. Lessons I could have never learned if I didn't do it. From there, I built a company that grew and can grow exponentially. This is why investing, business, entrepreneurship, or money seems so easy to some, but then so difficult to you. I remember not understanding, how do people make so much money? How are they successful? Where do these opportunities come from? I couldn't see it and I couldn't understand it. Well, of course not. I hadn't done anything yet, and I didn't know. I didn't have the networks. I didn't have the knowledge or experience. The people that had and had gone through it, they did, and they could see it, and it looked flawless or easy to them. Your ability to measure actual risk and to understand upside and opportunity, where it comes from and how to achieve it, is the difference from everything, and not just investing. I'm talking about potential career paths, to understand what you need to do to put yourself in a position of opportunity, increasing your value and income in the future. And the thing that most salespeople learn is that you do the work first. Then as that work becomes valuable, the pay comes later. This is contrary to most things that we learn. Oh, you just go get a good degree and then you get paid this for the rest of your life. That seems easy and understandable. I know I either get the degree or I don't, and here's the income that I should be awarded forever after. And today, all of that is broken down. In reality, the biggest risks that you can take are not doing, waiting around, hoping that something happens, not changing you, your position, or your circumstances. And here's the thing that I learned most importantly from what happened to me and living on tubes. I didn't do anything. I had no control over that. It wasn't as a result of me doing something dumb. It came from nowhere. And this is what people don't understand. You cannot get rid of risk. It is inherent in everything. It is a part of life. What people end up doing is simply getting rid of the upside, and to a large extent, doing nothing. Therefore, taking on all the risk with none of the upside or the reward, with things like failure, embarrassment, and others actually holding them back, which isn't even a risk. Do things before you get paid. Learn before you understand or know the answers. Improve your circumstances, your situation, and your network to foster the soil that produces the results. You have to walk forward without knowing exactly where to go or what the ending is, because that won't appear until you're already on the path. As you move forward, you get education and you learn. Opportunities change, but so do risk. They become more manageable. You understand them. You can limit them while not capping your upside. And that's the key. Being able to look at a business venture and say, I don't know everything, but I do know here's the actual risk, whether that's time, reputation, whether that's money, whatever that is. Here is the potential upsides, including understanding. And if you fail, that becomes a lesson, and to take that, to understand it, to keep moving forward. The next time, risk is lowered and opportunity becomes more. This process repeats itself over and over and over again, until at one point, what looks like a lot of risk to others is actually very little risk. At the end of the day, once you're in that position, looking at what was and having single source income, not having opportunities, but still taking on the risk of everything that life has to offer, including economic risk, that becomes terrifying because of the risk. What becomes safe looks risky to you, and what becomes risky looks safe. It's inverse, but it's something you don't learn by doing nothing, by not failing. The key is to start small. How can I improve my knowledge, education, situation, and opportunities just 1% every single day? And like the compounding effect of money, this compounds your opportunity, your knowledge, and your ability to measure and limit risk. This is the key to wealth creation. Why? Because there are so many ways to make money, increase your income, create opportunity and wealth. It's wild. There's more opportunities that I could ever in a lifetime take advantage, not even in 100 lifetimes. So as you move forward, you figure out what are the best opportunities for you and what you are able to risk to manage to take advantage of them. And this is what I mean by living an asymmetrical life. It's not supposed to be even. It's not supposed to be balanced. Because just because you want it to be even, safe, and balanced doesn't mean that life is. It doesn't mean that the economy, your job, or anything else is. At the end of the day, life's not fair. And that's not a bad thing. That's a function of life. The key is to not fight against it, but to use it to your benefit. Living asymmetrically, where you take advantage of opportunities, managing the downside, and putting yourself in a position where you can. That's what I teach a lot of. We talk about starting a business and investing, opportunities that maybe aren't seen, risks that aren't seen, how to manage them, and how to put yourself in the right position. So the question is, what are you doing every day that moves you just 1% so you can use the effect of compounding in your life? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, everybody. Appreciate it.